Okay, here's the pickup that I'll be wax potting today. It's a 1954, as far as I know, flat pole piece bridge pickup for a Telecaster. And I've just wrapped it and put it around a pencil here. Now over in my stove I have making a hot pot. The wax or paraffin wax is right there inside the boiling, or not boiling, just below boiling water. And I'm going to try and raise up the heat of the melting wax as it melts to 150 degrees. I have a thermometer to check that with, and I've cut up some wax over here in order to fill up the basin in there to a height that should cover the pickup, and I can adjust as necessary. I'm going to go back over to the pickup. One thing that I'll do is I'll heat up the pickup a little bit beforehand. Understand that's a good way to go. I watched that on the StuMac video to show so that the pickup doesn't harden the wax around it immediately as the wax cools to the temperature of the pickup. Should just speed up the process and make it a little more effective. What we want is bubbles coming out, filling in the gaps inside the pickup where the coil and the metal slugs are. So on the pickup itself, there's some black string keeping the pickup safe, and under there are thousands of copper windings of copper to make a coil around these metal slugs that are magnetized, and that's what creates the signal, basically, or the magnetic field that's going to be disturbed by plucking the string. So I will dip it in to hot pot once it's 150 degrees and leave it there for about 10 to 15 minutes and then take it out. So that's the deal. Okay, I've heated up the pickup, and I think it's just to help stabilize it before going in. I'm going to put it into the bath here, and it's reading out at about between 155 and 160 degrees. I'm going to put it on in there. And I'm going to leave it for about 10 or 15 minutes to let the pickup fully be submerged. Essentially, the wax has the viscosity or liquidness of water, and that will penetrate all the different areas, and then I can take it out and cool it down. So pretty simple process so far. All right. I'll check back with you. As I move it around, I'll be looking for some bubbles to come out. So I'll focus on that now. You see here, by flipping over the pickup, getting some bubbles to come out, which shows that there's some air releasing as the wax goes into the different parts of the pickup. Paraffin wax is a petroleum-based product. The one that I used here was called paraffin wax. It's a couple dollars. I got it on Amazon. I think it's like $10. But because it's petroleum-based, the fumes can be flammable, or are flammable. But again, this is for making candles. So it's not going to be exceptionally flammable, but I'm going to keep a small fire extinguisher and a fire blanket around just in case something occurs, but everything seems to be going fine. I've turned off the heat, and there should be plenty of heat onto the wax to keep it viscous or liquidy for the time being. And if I see that it is starting to harden, then I can reapply my heat. But I'm going to leave it in there for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out of the hot bath, and so that all the water or all of the wax doesn't flow out of it upon taking it out, I'm going to put it aside in the basin itself with the wax and let it start to harden a little bit in there, and then take it out so that the wax doesn't just completely leave it. And naphtha, which is lighter fluid, that is very flammable, obviously, can help clean off any of the parts that I need to get the wax off of the top slugs and the area around, and you can also just wipe it off when you take it out of the bath itself. All right, so time to take it out. Having an apple and watching a video on how they did the guitar parts to D'Angelo's record Voodoo. It's very good. Anyways, this, I don't want it to get too hard in there, so I'm going to take it out and then just let it sit. Here we go. And there is finished pickup. All right, I'm gonna let it sit there and fully cool before I start to try and take off the outer bits on it. And the resistance will go way up on the pickup because of the heat. So they say to let it stay overnight before you put it back in the guitar and play it. So I will check back with you, see how it went. All right, so that's hardening up. You can use the paraffin for other things or save it for wax potting. Again, I don't know how many pickups you need to wax pot, but it says on the outside for zippers, so I actually have a zipper that I'm gonna take this while it's kind of cooling a bit and apply that to the zipper to loosen it up. Anyways, so that's where we're at with the process. Here's the guitar where it came out of. One of my all-time favorite instruments, Fender Telecaster. I will say I'll figure out all the things I could have done differently and make a list, but it's a little impatient. I could have put the wax in a crock pot and would have heated it up much slower. I could have spent some more time on the pickup heating it up with a with the hair dryer. I hear you don't want to use a heat gun that you use for other things. Heats it up too fast, I guess. I guess it depends on the heat gun. What else could I have done differently? Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't, to be safer, doing it on a stove that is gas. I know it probably seems a little ridiculous since there's flammability issues, so I would not recommend that. But I was really applying very little heat to it, very low, slow heat. And I think that was sort of one of the main issues that I would probably correct in advising people on how to do this. Neck pickup doesn't have this problem, so I'm just going to let it be as it is. It's a 1952 Telecaster neck pickup. This is a more modern guitar, so it's a custom shop Tele, so it's just putting in some old pickups to it. But this one's had a bit of that problem where if you a lot of microphonics and a lot of sound coming that is undesirable. So hope to correct that with this process. All right, so it didn't seem all that necessary to wait 24 hours for it to cool down. I put the pickup back into the guitar here, pretty simple, just to screw it in. I'll be adjusting the height as needed. And I took a little bit of a gamble by putting it all back together. One thing to note is that when you're taking off the wax, there are two very small wires that come from the pickup itself and connect these little, I think they call them, I don't know what they are, these eyelets, and then that's where the leads with the cloth on it connect, and one of them will connect to the pickup selector and the other one will connect to a ground, and the ground being just the potentiometer, the pot itself in there. I've plugged it in and we have sound in all the positions, so we're good. And there we are on that pickup. Before this, you could hear a ton of sound microphonics, I guess, coming from the body of the guitar, and the pickup selector would make a very loud noise. This would translate into a lot of extra sound coming from different parts of the guitar that I didn't want, unwanted noise, and also feedback coming from the amp. And now it's much cleaner. It works a lot better with the neck pickup, and really makes it sound a lot less broken in some way. I guess it's fixed. So let's say the wax potting or re-wax potting this pickup, in my opinion, has really helped this guitar to get the best sound out of this pickup without extraneous noise. Maybe it tamps down some high frequencies, maybe there's some negative effect. I guess it's just different, you could say, and the difference is something that I like personally, because that's what I was looking for, was to get rid of all those extraneous noises that were there in the sound of the guitar that I don't think were producing sounds that I wanted in the tone that I was looking for. So doing the wax potting, I say, is a success in this situation where there was a lot of body noise, a lot of feedback, and not the sound of the string vibrating. And now it sounds a lot more like a guitar. They are microphones in a way, but it's less microphony and more straight ahead to the sound of the instrument. So I look forward to playing it, and now I was thinking that I was going to put this pickup in another guitar because it wasn't quite feeling the way that I wanted it to beforehand in this instrument, and I thought it might fit better in another instrument. But after wax potting, the combination of these two pickups really matches each other and has fixed the problem. So that's what I got for today on wax potting pickups. Things to be careful for, things to do in the process, and the end result is something that I enjoy. So good luck on your process. Thanks a lot.